Is there a teacher you wish you would have sat with longer in your learning? No, because every teacher that I met, I think I got what I needed for me from them in reality. Even if I only met them for one time, what I got from them, to me, it was enough. To me, that was enough. Even if I met them one time. So now I don't have, because I realize it ain't about knowledge, right? Knowledge you can get from anyone. State is what you want. There's a difference. Knowledge you can get from anybody. Whether you get it from the sheikh or the sheikh's student, it don't matter. It's still the same knowledge, right? But the state of the sheikh, that secret, you can get that without learning anything. And that's what I was looking for. What makes you tick, right? So I met some big scholars, right? Huge scholars. And I met them one time. But that one time benefited me to this day. I'll give you an example. Reader, if you need to go, thank you for your participation. But I just want to share this story with you, with them. And then. There is a great scholar in Al-Medina from the family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His name is Habib Zain bin Ibrahim bin Sumayt, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, wa hafidhahullah. A giant. Habib Zain bin Ibrahim bin Sumayt. I always wanted to meet him. I never had the opportunity. He's one of those scholars who is like hidden. Learned people know him, but like he's not a celebrity, but he's one of the greatest scholars in the world, right? I always wanted to meet him. Right? But I never had the opportunity, right? So one time we were in Medina. Habib Zain, the son of Ibrahim, the son of Sumayt. Habib Zain bin Ibrahim bin Sumayt. Right? Yes, Habib Zain. Anyway, right? So we got a chance to meet him. And when the call to meet him came, we only had a small window to meet him. And we got lost. So we couldn't find his house. So we was extremely late. When we finally got to his house, he had been teaching for hours before. When we got there, I got to sit right next to him. It was a big session of students, all students, right? I got to sit right next to him. And we wasn't like the first. I was right next to him. And I got to talk to him, and I asked him to relate some hadith, which he did through his route, and he explained. And after he gave that hadith, which so I could relate from him, I wanted that for all of us. I relate from him through his route. And then he taught probably for another hour and a half to 2 hours, a special class just for us. And at that time, he was over 75 for sure, maybe over 80, Allahu A'lam. I don't know how old he is now, but he's over 80 for sure, right? But he taught at that age, he was going, and he had been there for all the time. He waited till we didn't have anything else left to ask him, and then he let us go. SubhanAllah. So I was just talking about till we die. I watched him do it. He's an old man. His energy, his way he taught seekers of knowledge. He could have easily said, I've been up all night. I'm old. I'm sorry y'all missed it. I got to go to sleep. He stayed up and taught us. I will never forget that. And he don't know me. He brought me right, allowed me to sit right next to him, like a father to a son. I will never forget that. It was only one time for a couple of hours. But the benefit that I got in those couple of hours will last me a lifetime. Will last me a lifetime. I can picture his face. I can picture his state. I can picture everything about him that encourages me to this day. I want to be like Habib Zain. I don't care how old I am. Let's go. I don't care how tired I am. Let's go. That's what I saw from him. No one got to tell me. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw his desire to explain his chain of narration and to give it to me and to make sure we understood. I heard him. That's a benefit. One time though. But with that one time and then the dua, his dua. And I could say maybe from the dua of that pious person, from the gaze of that pious person, we're able to do what we're doing today. I believe that. Right? That's just an example. So I don't look at necessarily how long you've been with someone. What did you benefit from the time you were with them? And I maximize every moment I get around a scholar. I don't have regrets. I believe that the moment I had with them, that was the time for me. And whatever Allah willed for me to get at that time, I did my best to maximize it, and I'm sufficient with that. That suffices me. And I'm cool with it. Right? And for me, if nothing but the gaze from them, they're looking and their dua, even if they didn't teach me anything, and allow me to be connected with them, honor me with being in their chain, that's good enough for me. The knowledge you can get from, you can search it from anywhere. That state though, you got to be there to get it, right? You got to be there to get it. That you can't replace. That you can't replace. Learning, you can get that. There's many people with knowledge. But when you meet these people and you sit in their presence and you see their habits and you see, you can't replace that. And you see that living tradition for real, right? I was watching, I don't like to drop names because it sounds like boasting in a way. But these were short moments that you just never forget. They weren't a bunch of learning. We met in Tarim. Habib Abdullah ibn Muhammad ibn Alawi ibn Shihab. He was like one of the great elder scholars in Tarim. Got to meet him before he died. I mean, he died later, but he was very old. And we went to visit him. He's a big scholar, big, huge scholar. His father was a big scholar. His grandfather was known as the essence of Tarim. And the sheikh of his grandfather was a master of Islamic spirituality, fiqh, creed, everything. And his teacher was the Musnad of Hadramaut. That's a high chain to relate from. And I remember sitting in that session. This old man was sitting up. I was watching him. I said, I know this hurts. And he was staying there, sitting there. I was like, how is he doing it? Like, and guest after guest and talking and giving the connection, ijazah to him. I'm saying to myself, like, this is amazing. Like, how is he doing it? I know sitting for this long is painful. But that state, that sabr, that forbearing, you can't replace that in a book. You read all the books you want, you ain't gonna get that. But when you see stuff like that, just like, what you mean? He's just sitting down. No, he's on this hard floor, old, 80-something years old, and barely can talk, and he's still giving it. How do you explain that? What's going on here? And everyone would easily, if he just said, I want to go lay down, and that would be it. You can't talk to the Habib. But he's still there. How do you explain that stuff? What's going on with this man? Like, and you're feeling that. I can't explain that. You feel it. You feel the presence. I can't explain that stuff. I know the feeling. I know what it's like. I know what it is looking in his eyes. I know what it is when he gives you a few words. I know what they do. But to convey them that feeling, I can't. It's something you'll have to just experience. I can't explain it. How do these people remain so humble with so much knowledge? They oceans, and they like regular people. How do they do it? How do they do it? And then when you travel the world and you meet these similar people in different areas, in Sham, in Yemen, in Egypt, and you see this is the state of our scholars. This is how they are. Then you look at us and you see how we are. You be like, yeah, right. Saying like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Right? Yeah, right. That's how you look like when you like all claims. These are the inheritors of Sayyidina Muhammad in our time, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And look at them. Look how they behave. We put ourselves to shame. Look at their aspiration. Look at their station. Look at their state. You can't describe that stuff. And then when you know yourself, I would excuse myself. Sheikh Al-Buti, rahimahullah, we visit his house. We stayed for hours with him, right? When we were leaving, he grabbed me by the hand and started crying, saying, "Don't leave." Literally tears coming down his eyes. I'm like, what is this? This is one of the biggest scholars, if not the most well-known scholar in all of the Sham area. He's crying over a little American leaving him. A black American at that, if that means anything. But people would normally look down. He's crying, talking about don't leave. Talking about I love you. What do you do with that? What kind of impression does that leave on you? As a human being, forget as a student, as a human being, what kind of impression does that leave on you? He's crying, literally tears coming down his eyes, tears rolling down his eyes. Don't leave. What do you do with that? That lesson is far more. He teach you the whole fiqh and seerah and everything else. That lesson right there, I'll give you. None of you truly believe till you love for your brother what you love for yourself. That's that. That's manifest right there. That's that living that hadith. How do you explain that? What do you do with that? None of you truly believes until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. He's crying. And he don't want you to leave. And he grab your hand and hold you. I'ma never forget that. I'ma always feel his clutching my hand. I'ma always feel that. And then to see him in a class with over 1,000 people. The masjid is people outside waiting for his regular lesson. But that's his state with you. He has thousands of followers. His regular lessons, the masjid filled and people in the street. What? But that's how he is with you. With everyone, not just me. I'm just talking about, I'm just a guest. That's how he is with his guests. He invites you to his home, this big person, and sit you right next to him and talk to you as if you somebody. What do you do with that? I'm just, that's what I experienced. So you can tell me all the stuff you want and knowledge and how much you know and all that. Yeah. Are you like that? Do you make the little guy who's insignificant feel that way in your presence? They used to say about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that whoever came in his company felt like they were the most beloved to him. Whoever came in his company felt like the Prophet Muhammad loved me more than he loved everyone else. Do you know how to make somebody feel like that, Mr. Big Sheikh? That's how I felt in his presence. That's how I felt. I felt encouraged, inspired. I felt like I was the most beloved to him. Yeah, I read that in the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, and I saw it in him. I read it in the book, and I saw it in him. I witnessed it. That's our Islam. So that my long answer to your question, it ain't about how much you got. It ain't about how much knowledge. It ain't about how much time you spent. For one moment, if you get that, you've received everything. You've received everything. If you get that, you can have a bunch of knowledge, but if you miss that, you missed everything. You can quote all you want, be big Sheikh al-Islam, all that. Did you get that? That's the reality. So for me, no, I don't miss anything. What I do miss is that I ain't become like them. And I ain't talking about in knowledge. I ain't talking about information. I didn't become like them. That's what I miss. When I'm gonna be like them. I can't do it. I try, but them states are lofty, bro. Can't do it. I try. I give my energy to try, but that stuff is a lofty station. And I've been blessed to see it a lot, but doing it, I'm poor, to be honest. Poor, 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 poor. May Allah help us. Nowhere near that. Not even close. I'm still trying to learn and think like they think. What is in the mind of a person at that age that takes the least of the people and make them feel like the most noble of the people? How do they do that? What is it in them to take the least of the people? Now remember, when I say the least of the people, I'm not talking about in reality. I'm talking about in perception. Because remember, in those times, I'm the only black guy. There's no other blacks but me. I'm the only black guy, nobody else. I don't have it's just me and a bunch of foreigners, Arabs, and me, the black guy. But I'm felt like I'm the most close to the Sheikh in those sessions. How do they do that? And it's no difficult, it's just smooth. Not even a thought. No effort, just effortlessly make you feel like you somebody. And not in an arrogant way, like you have value, you're important. These people are special. They are the awliya of Allah. I can't describe this in another way. We was in Mecca, and we had a gathering. I'm the only black guy. Keep this in mind. I'm always the only black guy. It's all people from other cultures. There's a gathering, so they have the Sheikh Samir up front and other. Sheikh Samir sees me come in the door. He tell everybody move out the way. Amin, sit next to me. And everybody looking, these people from Mecca, people from Medina, people from Syria, they're like, what the heck is that? He's like, all y'all move out the way. Amin, sit next to me. And I'm like, Sheikh, I'm cool. He's like, no, right here. I said, SubhanAllah. He's conscious. And this is my assumption. You will not feel different in this session. You're next to me. He didn't say that. He just did it. What do you do with that? These are the real things. It's not knowledge. This is the stuff that I benefited from. You can't tell me the other stuff. I seen good Muslims. I seen pious people. My family has seen pious people. They don't act like us. No way. Really, I've seen different. Those are rijal. Those are men of Allah. No fluff, no claims. And they have everything to be fluffy and making claims about. But they're men of Allah. They don't care about that stuff. So that's my benefit, Habibi. That's me. So I don't miss anything. I miss the fact from my own side that I fall so short. Right? That's what I miss. So if I missed anything, I miss to become like them and to elevate myself and to improve myself. Right? I miss that. And that's real Islam. The other stuff is just claims. That's real Islam. When you are what you read, not just you read it, you become it. You are what you learned, you become it.